Alright, so I'm just going to continue to build things. Um, I've. Where I'm at right now is I'm going through the games, and I'm actually. Even though there's been a lot of games that really haven't worked, there's a number of them that actually have. Um, I've also found a little another XAW6 gold mine here. There seems to be a number of them that were for at some time period that were all based on XAW. They're just not finding the extension of the library. It's the same deal as when I did um, the builds for the time module in the time category. I still have a lot to go in the X category. There's some that aren't working for one reason or the other, but there's some that are. Um, Scum VM really is one of the bright and shining stars. I really wish they had more games, and I actually wish they had. You could just run apps in there too, but I don't think anybody ever really thought of that. Because it really is, it's a virtual machine. So right now I'm going to try to do a game called X Emeraldia as a hiccup, tomorrow. I also noticed one little. I was building a package, and I probably should have patched the source file, but it was looking for something that was if defed out in the Perl header, and I changed that, and I probably shouldn't have mentioned it because I forgot what it was. So I may end up modifying one of my patches for Perl, just so that if for some reason that if def comes up the wrong way, we won't be looking for a header that doesn't exist. I think, well, if I don't know what the header is now, I'd have to do my whole patch thing. I probably shouldn't have mentioned it. So here I have this. It's pretty much, I'm just gonna try to build stuff and just what goes on in my head as I try to get off the diatribes and just build. So this is classic. This is one of a number of classic errors. It basically says, well, I don't know how to make a libxaw. I'm going to stop now. And the fix to that is just to add I think it's a 6 or a 7 to the make file in between the W and the A there. And I've already gone over this. So what I've done is I'm using substitute classes. Yeah, I can make a patch for it, but I don't feel like it, okay? I don't feel like ever having to make patches for this again, because it's kind of numerous. And when something gets numerous, patching becomes less of a prudent thing to do and more of a exercise of self-flagellation. I don't know what else to call it. So I'm going to go up here, and this whole thing, I keep telling myself I'm going to stop. I just do something else. It just happens that way. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Someday, I probably won't even realize the day that it happens that I have made the mental decision to not do this anymore. I'll move this to try, and then I'll just try to play some games. I don't have Frozen Bubble. And the reason why I don't have Frozen Bubbles is because there's a Perl package, Perl 5 SDL, that won't install unless the Perl I'm using supports threads. The Perl I built had threads disabled, and I'm wondering whether I should turn it back on. I before had built Perl with threads not disabled, but I had less builds out of it, and I don't know if it's a catch-22 or if things had changed. That was an older suggestion that may still be valid. I just don't know. I would like to be able to play Frozen Bubble in Haiku. That would be kind of, something I've seen before, and but there's other games that I could play, so I'll also just show those things. And then also, I'm going to mention one other thing that was brand new to me. There was a program that I just built. I think it's called, I think it was a finance program. It's called XInvest. So I have to have the XSDL server running, which is some kind of an X11 server that's now been discontinued by Xorg, but works very nicely in Haiku because you get a small window, kind of like the SDL window. Then you could at least have an X11 window to play your games against. Or your apps that are X-based can run in that box, and that's what we hope for. If it's not Mesa-based, if it's not SDL-based, it's not going to have any kind of window to run against. And I noticed that unless I had copied 3 of the libraries that I built in package source and placed them in my system directory, which we're not even supposed to have read access to, the program didn't run. So in this case, the pathing was backwards for XFinance. And let's see if I can do a readelf on that. And I don't feel like I have any control over how these things are getting pathed. Minus D, I think. And these kind of things happen because the environment that I'm building things in, package sources installs directory are different than the target. A lot of these packages were made in a system where the target was the same thing as where the system libraries go in the first place. So these things aren't going to come up because even though if the two were different, they would have the same error I do. This shadow error, as I would call it, doesn't show up unless there are actually 2 different systems installed in the system, basically. So I think it's XInvest. And I haven't looked at the readelf yet. That is so weird. There has to be some other reason. Wow, just take a look at this. Let's just do this. There's something. Maybe there's something else going on. Maybe one of the dependencies of these libraries is pathed to go. Now that I think about it, probably. I quickly, well not quickly, but over time I learned that unless I use Haiku's library JPEG or Mesa Glue or Glut, that my X programs just ain't gonna run right. So those are now inside my package source directory, and those are now where things are going to build against. So at least I have things that work. Okay, so I was going to go in here to library, and if this doesn't look out of place, that's okay. This is the library XAW, XMU, and XPM. These I've actually built in package source. I'm going to place these. I'm wondering if I created this problem myself, but by figuring out how it happened, I might get a better idea as to maybe be able to figure out how I could build things to link with the packages that I want. Now, in the case of Mesa, even if I force that, I found out the build that I have is just not gonna work. So it's good. It's just very interesting. Where in general that sometimes packages that I just move packages that I have built in package source will insist on reading the libraries that are in boot system library, even though they linked with libraries that were housed in. No, they'll insist on reading the libraries that are in boot home package library, even though they were linked against libraries that were in boot system library. The converse is now true for the first time I'm seeing here, I think, in that I had to actually copy libraries into boot system library for X Finance to run, or Xinvest, sorry, Xinvest. So let me get rid of the readelf. We'll just see what this does here now. And actually I have to have the XSDL server running, so that there's my X server. I wish there was a way to kind of do this simultaneously, but and of course my path includes the defining the screen is 0, so it works. So it's gonna what? Okay, was it X Finance? It might have been X Finance, but anyway, this and also some of these programs I really just don't know how to use. Even though I have an accounting background, I mean, financial calculator, yes. But if someone said, "Can you, let's keep track of our expenses here now. Let's make a checkbook out of this." This has stock ticker prices in it, basically, I think. So you really can only keep track of stock ticker things. Okay, now let's try the X Finance. Maybe that was it. Maybe I got confused. X Finance, I wouldn't know. Okay, there it is. It's saying can't find live XAW 7 SO.7. That is in my boot home package library directory. I'm going to move this back to boot system library. And yes, I did uninstall the Z libraries, and yes, I did restore this system after I'd gone through all that work. But I took the risk on a platform I was willing to lose, and since it worked, then I did it here. Alright, so now let's try the X Finance. Now that I've moved library XAW7 and other things into boot home system library. There we go. Now, I don't know exactly how this program works. Wish I did. Wish I knew about it years ago if it's actually this a checkbook. I mean, of course, I'd rather have GNU Cache, but and the only thing about this is it still has some residual effects here. It's actually stopped, but it does run. But the strange thing is the binary apparently somewhere in the chain wants to find those X11 libraries in boot home system library. I don't understand that. This isn't SDL based. Most of the and I'll say most of the Haiku binaries don't come with a path embedded in them historically. I know this XSDL doesn't really. Well, it's got some parts path into it. It wants to find the fonts and boot home common something or other, but know that. Okay, so let's just go over some of these games I've got to work, I guess. So I might as well just do that, show that this is actually, really isn't pointless. We could actually make some progress on some things that other people really haven't tried yet. Now, in some cases, things aren't going to work, but in some cases, they will. And some I just want to try because I just got them to build today, so I'm going to try this thing called Digger. The thing is I don't know if they're going to want to use the X desktop or not. I'm going to be able to close that now. Let's say I actually kill the terminal. Which means I'll have to go, oh boy. I'm going to restart. It means I'm going to have to go in and remove the lock file, and it's not perfect. It's the only thing I got that works. I can't, I actually got killed this session now. I can't, I haven't been able to successfully rebuild that. I'm using Pinkwine's build from 2009 that I downloaded. Prior to that, I don't know when the last time was that someone had actually built a working X server in BOS, or maybe people have, but I just don't know about it. I don't know everything, obviously. All right, let's try this Digger game. I don't have things pathed because pathing really doesn't work. You just basically either you put your stuff in boot home non-packaged, or you don't get a path, and at least that's what I found. At least on the older builds, I haven't even bothered to try. All right, what's this? 1983. Wow. So I don't really know exactly what the object of the game is. I guess I died. But the game seems to work as designed, and I could probably end up liking it. Oh boy. I guess the idea is to get them to chase you and have the money bag fall on them. I don't really know how to actually exit the game. Oh, I could shoot things? Didn't know that. Hmm. Yeah, Control C works, and you lose your screen sizing, which is also the case for Mesa. So it has something to do with SDL and third-party applications when they try to run the system's SDL, I believe, or something like that. It on occasion will resize the screen. Of course, I don't know what that function is at all. All right, what else we got here? Something called Blind Mine. I don't know what that is. Let me try that. That isn't liking it. It's something to do with Python, and saying it doesn't have a module named Mixer, but I thought I'd actually patch Python game to not expect that. So actually the game expects it, so we can't really, or I couldn't. SDL Mixer is the most boggling thing I've ever dealt with in this system. It'll put the libraries in the build link. It won't use them. It won't find the SDL Mixer libraries either on boot system library or in boot home package. So I don't know what's going on with the library tool that's in there. I'm assuming it's a library tool, because whenever I have problems like that where things just refuse to work in any sensible fashion, it always is something to do with library tool, which is the downside of everything being automatic. But it is a step up. I mean, I really don't like the way configure works. I'd much rather have it so you can just have a standard way to say this is what you want to link to, without these weird, these options that only work once in a while. LD flags will work sometime, but the CP flags will work the other time, or it's never really clear as to what's going to work. Why did Library Network link in when I used the link LD flags and not the CP flags? All right, so that's a build, but it's a dead build. Duck Maze, I imagine, is going to be the same. So I'm going to have this unless I can get Pygame to detect the fact that I have the SDL Mixer library everywhere. It should want. It's in boot system. It's in boot home package boot system library. It's in Budo and package library, it just ain't finding it. Sometimes it does find it, and it says there's some function it doesn't have, some special aspect, which could be true. I'm getting an awful lot of these builds that will not go anywhere because of GTK. Already gone over all that. Let's see, FLTK Sudoku, let's see what that does. Ah, needs a server, okay. And I gotta delete the log file. And the temp directory is actually boot system cache temp. And it has this silly thing. Are you sure, certain, double sure with pretty please on top that you actually want to delete this? Let's try this again. Alright. Sudoku, if I can actually get this. Okay. Alright, we're getting some. Now the thing about this is you actually, or at least I thought I did. Once you can get the keyboard to activate, you actually can do stuff, you know? Why isn't that working? Numlock's on, but it doesn't like it. Anyway, I won't bore you with the Sudoku game. And sometimes it just, okay, there you go, there's your seg fault. So, back to the cache. I would really like, well, maybe it'll start again. I really would like it if I actually was able to build this thing. Maybe I'd be able to, well, I don't know if I have the skill to, but at least someone else could try to fix whatever is going on with that. I actually hadn't seen this work before. Use L and K to select. Press. Wow. Well, now how to move around a little bit here. Wow. Ooh, got hit. Oh, get rid of that. So this is not doing so bad. I'm not doing great at the game, but I never was good at games. I just, yeah. It's my lot in life. Alright, what else we got here? Alright, that's good. Okay. Alright, so that's not working. Go. Apparently I have from FreeCiv server, but I haven't really looked through. That looks really interesting. I can't wait to use this. So, I think that's some kind of server. What's Glycomania? How do you play this game? The mouse ain't working all that great. Okay. So now I'm just gonna see what else I can build here. Gold dig. That's not bad. Fatal error. Sometimes it'll work, it'll come back. What the hell? What the hell, god diddly damn, what's going on this thing here? Ah! I can control my guy, but what's the deal? Is this like Donkey Kong? Guess the object should get all these little... Oh, damn it. How do you jump? Guess you don't. Ah! Okay, that's enough of that. So some of these weren't really working before, and I think it's because I, no, gosh, bye-bye. Some of these things weren't working because I think library JPEG was different, so I found out the library JPEG is a little bit different. Alright, so let's see what we're going to do here. Let's see, I'm going to try... GT. There's one I wanted to try. It was Mirror Magic SDL, like that. The regular Mirror Magic isn't too hot, so let's see how this goes. Because I got some good stuff, some good basic stuff built where I can build games now, except for the SDL mixer. So right, Peter. All right, so what is this? Go and Mirror Magic game, CD game, Mirror Magic. Yes, there we go. Madoo. That'll do. And I wonder what Omega is. I wonder what Omega is. I've never played in these damned games. Damn games. Let's see what we have here. I'm just not going to respond. Is that it? Is that what you're going to do? Oh, okay. No such file or directory. What's the deal with that? Is it a capital O? No. Ah, yes it is. Oh, well that's not... Oh, wait, there was another Omega. But, you know what? I just want to get out of this damn thing. Yes, I do want to quit now. But I thought there was an Omega X11. Is that? Guess not. I wonder what PAG is. Let's show the PAG. That, my friend, is high-tech Donkey Kong taken to the next level. As you can see, the mouse will make noises as you click it. Let's get out of this thing. QONK? What the hell is what the guy? What is that? QONK. Gonk. And we're done because it's got library ping, so you're screwed. Too bad. Sorry. Alright. I really want to know what Marathon is. I have no idea. I think it might work now that I've cheated. Mara on. Wow, this is taking up a lot of computing power to copy files to the file system. So I have to wait. Something called the Lin City. Problem is, I don't know where these damn things are built. Yeah. Get out of my way. Alright, why is the caps always, is it S-Bin? I actually got to look at the package to find out how to play my freaking games. Let's see what we got. We got is what we got. I'm trying to figure out what it is that we got. Excellent. Oh, an X. Well then, I get it. That is excellent. No, because it's wrong. It's been. Lin City was written by Jay. I think I've already done this before. I'm getting boring. Okay, let's get out of this thing. And it killed my server. And this is, okay, this is stopping because it can't find the SDL mixer. Can't find the SDL mixer. Let me tell you why. I feel your SDL pain. There is, I want to know why I can't find that? You want to know why? Because it doesn't have brackets around it. But because it doesn't have brackets around it, I would expect that most other platforms understand what that means. With the brackets there, with the quotes. Let's go into the work link. Let's get us some mirror magic. SDL. Okay, so we're down over here, go over here, to go over here, and over here, to go over, I don't know, here. Yeah, I'll go over here, to go over here. Which is not there. I think, you know, I'm going to look at System C here. Oh, so tile library game. That's what I am. Right. So where we got? What we got? We got this. We got this over here. Okay. But this over here ain't over here. It's over there. We're gonna go over here. Make sure it goes over there. But we got to go here. So it goes over there. Now you see here. Now this doesn't work. I'll just edit this part out of the YouTube video like I never do. Unknown type FD set. Bogus. Dude, are we gonna get around this? Are we gonna like try to build this forever? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Let's fix it. I'm gonna cheat. You ready? Let's go! Alright. Unwrapping file to be installed. I got some patches I have to provide. Some pointless patches in a pointless game. Yeah. The pointless tool set. Yeah, I saw that. Well, I see your pointless tool set and I raise you. Mirror magic. Okay. And some ice cream. I have some ice cream. Alright, let's see how this thing goes. And let's see if I've done anything worthwhile. Let's stop right here.